Well, friend, I'm so glad you're here, and I want to ask you a question. What in the world do cell phones have to do with personal revelation? And I want to tell you the answer: everything. They have everything to do with personal revelation, and I am going to tell you how. So, I want to tell you a story about when I was teaching EFY, especially for youth, and this was at a session in Logan, Utah, I believe. And this session was being held in an institute building, and I just happened to be assigned to teach in the chapel of the institute building, which I wasn't really excited about because usually I like to be crazy and be like, "Bah," and I didn't feel like I could do that in a chapel. But it had the added benefit of making the students a little more reverent than usual because EFY kids are like kind of excited. And so I was enjoying this like really quiet spiritual lesson I was teaching. And I was in the middle of this great lesson. We were all feeling the spirit. The kids were more reverent than usual. My lesson was going better than usual. When all of a sudden, from the back, we heard this weird kind of robotic sound. And it went, "Ah, a hot babe is trying to call you. Ah, a hot babe is trying to call you. A hot babe is trying to call you," over and over. And the room went totally silent as this one person in the back, one of the adult leaders, he jumped up and his face was bright red and he grabbed his cell phone and he ran out the door. And as soon as those chapel doors shut, we all busted up laughing. We were roaring. It was so, so funny. And I don't think any of us learned anything else that day. I think like we all just kind of lost it. But that experience actually taught me one of the most powerful lessons I've ever learned about the Spirit. Because when that phone was ringing, when we all heard that a hot babe is trying to call you, absolutely zero students ran for their phones or grabbed their phones and went, "Oh no, I got to turn it off." No one was confused about whose phone was ringing. That one brother knew that it was his phone because he knew that spirit ringtone. It was his, right? He knew, "Oh my goodness, that's my wife calling me." And so he was the one who jumped up, grabbed his cell phone, and ran out the door. And I had a friend, a dear friend named Candace, talk to me about how we have spirit ringtones. And I was like, "Oh, that's a nice idea." But in this moment, it became crystal clear. I was like, "Oh, we all have spirit ringtones." It suddenly made sense because here's the thing. Hundreds of kids had phones in that room, but only one person stood up. And the reason is because he knew that tone. He knew it was his. And the same thing goes for us with the Spirit, that each of us has a specific ringtone, our own personal way that we hear and feel the Spirit. And it's totally different from everyone else's. Even if you might describe it similarly to someone else's, there is a nuance to it. There's something different. The tone is different, right? The sound is different. The way it feels is different. Each of us has our own Spirit ringtone. And I had grown up reading about in the Doctrine and Covenants this burning in the bosom feeling that is supposed to mean you've got the Spirit revealing stuff to you. And I waited for years and years and years for that burning in the bosom to come, and it never came. My bosom did not burn. And I thought, "Oh man, I'm not feeling the Spirit." And even as I grew up and I realized, the Spirit speaks to me differently, I didn't realize how differently until I'd had this experience. So since that day, I have spent so much time really listening and trying to hone in on how I experience the Spirit. What is my Spirit ringtone? And over time, I started recognizing, oh wait, when I'm praying and my mind wanders to a great idea, that's actually the Spirit. I don't have to be like, "Oh wait, come back." I need to spend time in that idea because it's the Spirit giving me a prompting. Or when I am in the car and an idea just keeps popping into my head over and over and over and over, that's the Spirit. Like suddenly I'm realizing, oh, Spirit ringtones can be really any way you feel the Spirit. It doesn't have to fit some mold that somebody else's Spirit ringtone fits into. And so I suddenly became aware of the dozens of ways that the Spirit had been talking to me that I really had had chalked up to, "Oh, that's just a good idea," or, "Oh yeah, that was just maybe a coincidence." I suddenly was realizing, oh no, I'm feeling the Spirit all day long, all day long. And that has been so powerful. That has been so powerful to recognize. And I want to share this, guys. I want to share this because I think knowing about spirit ringtones is such a helpful part of learning how to #hear him, right? Realizing that you don't have to have your bosom burn and you don't have to be crying or you don't have to have anything that anyone else around you experiences. You can experience the spirit in your own way. So if you have enjoyed this quick tip and you have found it useful, I would love for you to share it with other people and help me spread the word that this gospel is so powerful in its simplicity. We just have to keep it that way. All right. I hope you enjoyed this. I will see you later. Have a great day. Bye.